Hello and welcome to another edition of Currently in Quincy. I'm Joe Catalano, and on today's program we learn all about this year's Saturdays in the Park celebrations at Safford Park in Wollaston. First though, as always, we check out the weather and the news for you. Currently in Quincy, we just hit 90 degrees. There's a heat advisory in effect with a high today at least 90, feeling a lot hotter than that with the humidity. Chance of a pop-up storm later on this afternoon or this evening, but very uncomfortable for sure. Muggy tonight, lows only in the lower 70s, and the hot, humid weather continues right through the weekend. More of the same tomorrow with a high in the low 90s, just a slight risk of a storm in the afternoon. Just a hot, hazy, lazy day on Sunday with a high 94 degrees. And the heat wave may break with some storms on Monday, but a high Monday again, 91. Could be back into the mid 80s by Tuesday, but until then, the heat is on. Again, we have hazy sunshine, 90 in Quincy right now. Checking news today, construction is underway on a major improvement project along Marymount Parkway here in Quincy. Mayor Thomas Koch explains that the project is designed to improve the roadway for both motorists, bicyclists, and pedestrians.
Section from Hancock Street roughly to where the bridge starts down to the Furnace Brook Parkway end, because that's a separate project. But going to be complete renovation. Undergrounding all the lines, and the water work's been done, sewer work's been done, drainage work is part of this project, new curbs, concrete sidewalks. Anyone that has gone to events at the stadium and entered that side understands that the sidewalks and street need repair. So this has been part of the master plan, and I think it's going to be one hell of an improvement. I think people forget when you're driving through there, it's part of 3A, but at one time that was all part of the park. That road was built through the park. Unfortunately, in some ways, it bisected the park. But, you know, it's a great project. It's going to look a lot nicer when it's finished. And I think the people that use Marymount Park on a regular basis, the walkers and joggers, and will appreciate the smooth surfaces.
So the roadway will remain open during this project. However, some delays are expected. The mayor says the bulk of the work should be done by the end of this year's construction season. In that same area, Furnace Brook Parkway is closed between Hancock Street and the Southern Artery. That's for the National Grid North Quincy Cable Replacement Project. Danielle Arretz with National Grid says that every effort is being made to keep disruption from the project to a minimum.
But our construction crews and our supervisors work very closely to make sure that we're not impeding access to your homes. And our outreach team will be out on the front lines, of construction. So we even help Amazon drivers get to your house. We will direct them there. So just keep that open dialogue with us and let us know if there's something that is of importance or concern, and we'll take care of it as best we can.
National Grid is replacing two 50-year-old underground power cables that run under Newport Avenue from North Quincy, under Furnace Brook Parkway, under the Southern Artery, up to the Field Street substation. Project is slated for completion in late 2023. This past Sunday's rooming house fire in Quincy is being called arson. Police are searching for a man who was spotted in the area when the fire broke out on Bigelow Street Sunday at around 3 a.m. That suspect was reportedly acting suspiciously and may have stayed in the area during the fire. The man's described as a white male in his 30s, about 6'1", with a medium build, a beard, perhaps long hair. Last seen wearing round glasses, a dark T-shirt, dark shorts, and a hat. The police are seeking anyone that may have cell phone video of that area. The two-alarm fire started outside the rear of the building. It quickly spread inside and up through the roof. 14 people were displaced. 3 suffered minor injuries, including one person who jumped from a first-floor window. The home may be a total loss. The state fire marshal is offering a $5,000 reward for any information leading to an arrest in connection with that fire. The public is being asked to help locate a missing woman from Weymouth. 85-year-old Joan Caffarelli was last seen leaving her home on Biscayne Avenue. That's in the Idlewell section near Weymouth Landing at about 9 o'clock last night. The police say she may be wearing a black sweater, gray pajama bottoms with blue stars, maybe carrying a pink purse. Anybody with information about her whereabouts is asked to contact their local police department or the Weymouth Police. Well, the United States Naval and Shipbuilding Museum on board the USS Salem at the Quincy Shipyard has received a state grant of $127,500. That award from the state's Destination Development Capital Grant Program will be used to make technology upgrades and also enhance visitor experiences and improve public access and safety. Speaking on this program recently, the museum's president, Margaret LaForest, said that their biggest challenge is getting people to the museum.
You have to know that you can't go in off the Rotary, it's off of South Street, then it's in a very industrial area.
Yes.
So now if you made it that far, you need to like drive over train tracks.
Yes.
You're like, well, what am I doing? Is this safe to drive? It's very industrial, right? And so you drive through that to the back of the property, and you'll see our little kind of blue highway sign with an arrow, and you're going to go around the back of the building and come down and drive right up to our bow where you can park.
Right.
But it is a challenge.
Yes,
it's
it is.
one of our challenges, one of our grants we're talking about for this season, we've had some funding, is about signage.
That's
right?
great, yeah.
We missed that big sign that used to be at the Rotary telling you we would exist. Route 3A is one of the most traveled South Shore roads. So we had that, and that was really one of our challenges in our current location.
Yeah. LaForest says she does hope to find a more visible, permanent home for the Salem in the near future. That is our check of news today. Coming up, Saturdays in the Park on Wollaston Hill kickoff tomorrow. We will get an update next. Welcome back. Guess what's back? Saturdays in the Park at Safford Park up on Wollaston Hill. And the Wollaston Hill Neighborhood Association is inviting you to come on by every Saturday for the month of August and enjoy some free live music, some food, some fun, some entertainment, and of course, the annual Cornhole Tournament that's coming up later this month. So President Walter Hubley, Secretary Eileen Enos are both here. Welcome, welcome.
Thank you.
Thanks for having us on.
Yeah, it's great. It's summertime. It's fun time. It's
hot.
It's hot. It's hot time as well. But Saturdays in the Park is back, Walter.
Yeah, we're excited to bring it back. We had a great year last year, and similar program, just getting better at running it, and we're looking forward to getting out there and seeing neighbors and meeting new people. And it's going to be great weather. I insist it's going to be great weather. So.
You've had good luck.
We have.
You've had really good luck with this.
We didn't have to. I don't think we had to cancel anything last year. No. So,
that's really good. Yeah,
and I'm saying that out loud.
Well, tomorrow looks good at least.
It does.
Yeah.
It's an outdoor event, and like any outdoor event, we watch closely the weather, and we'll make a call. Best to tune in on social media to find out the latest plans.
Okay. So how did this all start?
Oh, geez. Wollaston Hill Neighborhood Association. It's an association that my wife Catherine and I founded back in 2011, and we are lucky to have a lot of great neighbors and friends join us. So Eileen Enos and her husband Brian Enos are on the board with us, as well as Bob LaRocca, who's been in here with me before.
Yep.
We got a great team. We come up with a lot of great programming. We do a number of different things throughout the year, and this was born out of a discussion kind of post Porch Fest one year, sort of like, hey, maybe we should activate the park in this way. And frankly, this was one of the types of programming that we envisioned when we did the renovations down at Safford Park through CPA back in 2014. I think.
Wow, was it that long ago? Okay.
Yeah. So.
And has it been a hit, would you say?
I would say it's been a great hit.
Yeah.
I think neighbors are really enjoying it. They love the fact they can just walk down the hill and enjoy this type of event. It's kind of giving the neighborhood, all the different events that we're doing, is kind of giving the neighborhood a bit of an identity. And I think people are enjoying that. And people are telling us, I've met people that I've lived nearby for a long time, but just never really got to know them.
Yeah.
And similar to Porch Fest, that sort of shared experience of music connects you with people you otherwise wouldn't know what you'd have in common with.
Yeah, I can't help but think, every time I look at you, I look behind you because that's a picture of Safford
right.
Park right behind you.
Yeah.
It's kind of like the Hancock-Adams Common of Wollaston Hill. You know, it's
Yeah.
like it's a common area for public events.
Yeah, and a lot of neighborhoods have those common areas.
Yeah.
You can think Marymount has the Marymount Association Beach,
Right.
and just other parts of the city kind of have their own gathering places, and it's great to see them activated in constructive ways.
Yeah, but the unique thing about what you guys are doing is you're all volunteer. It's nonprofit. It's folks that live in that area that want to activate this and to have some fun with their neighbors.
Yeah, Brian and Eileen Enos and my wife and I have been collaborating on things for years.
Yeah.
It started back in PTO days, I think.
Yeah,
and
back in, I bought my parents' house in 2006.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So a long
Between
time,
the PTO and Harvest Festival, and we just sort of moved Harvest Festival across the street. Yeah, no, it's a great event, and what I've noticed, to build on what Walter said, is that I'm noticing families are bringing their extended families,
Sure.
which I think is great. And you're seeing the same people, and they're, I saw you last week, but this is my pal and my cousin, and they're in from here, and they had to come
Right.
here, and that's what I love.
Yeah.
That's what I love, is that we're a destination, and
Yeah.
people are excited to come.
Not only that too, but especially this day and age with the cost of living the way it is, many generations are living under one roof now.
Correct.
So maybe they can bring their parents or their grandparents.
Yeah, we have a nice crowd.
Yeah.
Knock on wood, no issues. Everybody gets along. People bring their dogs. It's a great afternoon. It's a great afternoon.
Would you say Safford Park was underutilized before?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So you've really come a long way. The biggest addition I remember was electricity. that was like a major advancement to be able to do things like this.
There's water there too.
Oh, is there?
Yeah.
Because in the
Yeah.
really hot events, we set up a misting tent.
Okay.
Which is really helpful.
That is very good.
The kids love it. The dogs love it.
You'll need it tomorrow, I think.
We will need it tomorrow.
Yes, absolutely.
Yep.
Most certainly, yeah.
Yeah. So let's talk about the lineup. Let's talk about what's happening for August 2022 on Safford Park on Wollaston Hill.
Sure. We have some great bands.
Okay.
We have, again, PTO parents from way back. We love to promote the kids. We have the Sprints are a group of local teens, and they were phenomenal.
I have
we
met
had
the
them
Sprints,
They
actually,
are
yeah.
wonderful.
Yeah.
We had the Tokyo Tramps last year, so that's who we have scheduled for tomorrow. They were phenomenal as well. Wally is more familiar with the Fallen Up to the Downs. I was not there that day, so, I'll let him speak.
We've had the fall before. They also, almost all these bands, with the exception of one, are Porch Fest bands as
Oh.
well. And that's sort of where we kind of met and found a lot of them. So the fall, they do a combination of 80s, 90s rock and a little bit more recent stuff. So you're going to hear all kinds of stuff that you haven't heard in quite a while.
Fun,
But
okay.
yeah, so they're really good. And Up the Downs is sort of your classic blues rock band.
Okay.
And they're one of the standouts at Porch Fest as well.
Very
so
good.
yeah, great bands.
Excellent. And that's
Yep.
the 13th, so then the 20th?
The 20th, the Gypsy Moths, they are a huge crowd bringer.
Really?
It's such a fun night. And their guests, the Stacking Stones, they were kind enough to bring a band with them last year, and they're doing it again this year. I'm sorry, the Gypsy Moths invited this band, so we're very excited because last year was incredible.
Okay.
That's a big group. It's a great night. And the last weekend, the Dis and Dat Band, which are new to us, and Idle Rumors. Idle Rumors actually plays in my front yard during Porch Fest,
Oh.
and my little side street is always packed, so that's good to know. And people saying, I saw this band at Saturdays in the Park last year.
So they've got a
You know more about
fan
Dis and
following.
Dat
Sure.
than I.
Yeah, they have. They're sort of a reggae feel.
Oh, all right.
And I ran into them. They've played at Off the Hook restaurant and a number of venues around Massachusetts. So I've run into them a couple of times, and I believe they've been Porch Fest performers in the past. Really great performers.
Okay.
A lot of fun. And with Stacking Stones, the Gypsy Moths are mainly a lot of local Quincy folks.
Nice.
In sort of my era. And the Stacking Stones, one of the band members is also from Quincy, went to high school with me.
Oh, very good.
That's
Okay.
how they're connected there. We're excited to have them there for the first time.
Now, no, Walter, you perform at Porch Fest with your daughter. Are you performing for Saturdays in the Park? too?
No, I'm just working the event. Yeah.
Staying behind the
Thanks for the idea.
Yeah.
Maybe next year,
Maybe
Eileen.
next year.
Now, the events run from 3 to 8 p.m., but I'm assuming the bands aren't on that whole time, is it?
Correct.
Yeah.
The first band starts at 4.
Okay.
And then the next band starts at 6.
Okay.
And the music usually winds down somewhere around 7:30, somewhere around that.
Okay.
Between 7:30 and 8 o'clock.
Okay. What else happens?
So we'll have cornhole boards out for use, and people will do sort of just games of those. We're looking to get some other types of games. Eileen already mentioned the misting tents available
Yeah.
to get cooled down. We'll have Craig's Cafe serving your sort of traditional outdoor cookout type food. I think he's going to try to mix it up a little bit each week, maybe a little something different each week, but your staples, you'll have burgers, dogs, chicken sandwiches, things like that, sausage and peppers and onions.
Ice cream. What? Ice cream?
We're still nailing that down.
Okay.
We might have someone come in and doing that. We're still working that part
Okay.
out. So, yeah.
Gotta have ice cream, Walter.
I know, we're working on it. We're down to the wire.
Well, quite down to the cone, exactly.
Yeah, well, last year we had Baby Cakes doing a number of different things of that nature,
Yeah.
and so they're looking at providing refreshments. They're just working on staffing.
Okay, nice. What do you need? What does the Hill Association need to put this event on?
So
Here's your chance. Put it out
Yeah,
there.
yeah. Well, we definitely want to thank our sponsors.
Yeah.
So among them, and I'm not going to remember all of them,
Okay.
Mayor Cook, Senator Keenan, Rep. Taki Chan, Nina Liang. Also on our corporate sponsors, Athletic Brewing, which provides the non-alcoholic beer option that we offer at the Beer Garden.
Okay.
Great beer. They're coming back to be a sponsor again this year. Let's see, who else? The Townsend and Pearl and Lime. That team is really what fuels our beverage program.
Oh.
And a lot of the proceeds, almost all the proceeds, go back towards funding the program and
Okay.
paying for the bands and porta potties and so forth.
Gotcha.
So we need you to bring yourselves and have a fun time, and buy some food from Craig's, help
Yeah.
local businesses, buy some beverages from our beverage stand, and that helps fund the event. I believe we're looking to try to, at some point throughout this event, have some swag. We'll probably have some T-shirts and things like that
Oh,
that
all
are
right.
up for sale.
Okay.
And then that we are a nonprofit 501c3 corporation, which means we can accept donations. So anyone can make a donation online or at the event to
Yeah.
help fund this, as well as all the other programming that we do throughout the year.
That's what I was going to mention, is that everything that we bring in from this goes to fund other things during the year. We try to do a back-to-school movie for the kids. We're talking about doing an event in collaboration with Montclair. We're looking at maybe doing an ice skating rink in the
Really?
winter. All these ideas are being floated around, but what we bring in from this 1 month of events goes to fund the rest of the year,
Okay.
the tree lighting. If you're down there, it looks like we're making a fortune, and we are, but it's all going back. It's going
Right.
back to the neighborhood, and that's what this is about, is getting out and meeting those people that, just moved in across the street, and there's no good way to meet them. This is a good way to meet them.
And for them too,
Yep.
to meet their neighbors as well.
Absolutely.
In a common setting.
Yep.
Food and music,
Yep.
two things that bring people together, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Nice.
we also definitely want to thank the Parks Department, which helps out with some logistics and cleanup and so forth.
Right.
They've been a
Absolutely.
great part of it. They make sure that the park looks great each year,
Nice.
and the lawn is mowed and electricity works, and Mayor Koch also very supportive of our association and a sponsor this year as well.
Nice.
All the city departments really understand what we're trying to do,
Mm-hmm.
and they support us in all of it.
Logistically, is there parking set aside for the park, or is it mostly just
So I did want
pedestrians?
to mention the 211 bus stops
Okay,
right
okay.
across the street, and we definitely encourage the use of public transportation
Okay.
getting to and from this event and Porch Fest, all of the events
Yes,
that we do.
yeah.
There is on-street parking, and there is a parking lot across the street at the Wollaston Elementary School.
Oh, okay. And
Yeah.
that'll be available for
A lot of
use.
people will use that, yeah.
Sure. Okay. I'm assuming just a lot of folks just walk though.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
it's a good mix. A few people pull up in cars because some people have friends come in from out of town or
Yeah.
different parts of the city,
Yeah.
but a lot of the neighbors just walk down the hill.
Okay. And they might be a little older, or it's going to be a hot day too, so they might not walk too far. When you say Wollaston Hill, I know I've asked you this before, but geographically, what does that entail? Like, what is Wollaston
I think of Wollaston Hill as the hill that's in between Newport Ave, Beale Street, Adams Street, and Furnace-Brook Parkway. It sits alongside Forbes Hill, and collectively they were known in the past as Wollaston Heights.
Oh, all right. Okay. Has there always been an association, a Wollaston Hill Neighborhood Association?
No. It started back in 2011.
Oh.
Kathy and I just got the idea to put something together and put on our sneakers and walked around the hill and dropped off flyers and introduced ourselves to people. And we actually had a pretty big response to our first meeting. We just met up at the church at the top of the hill. I want to say we had maybe 60 or so people just tuning in to see what we were thinking.
Wow.
And since then it's gone really well. We've been doing this for a while, like over 10 years now. It's just hard to believe.
How many would you say are in the association?
It's not a fee-based thing. You don't
Okay.
pay to be a member. You're a member by virtue of living in the neighborhood.
Uh-huh.
But I would say our mailing lists are in the range of a couple hundred people subscribe to our email address. A couple hundred people follow us on social media. It's neighbors and people who are sort of just friends of Wollaston Hill and
Yes.
enjoy our events and programming, or they once had a connection to the area and they
Oh,
just
right.
want to stay in touch.
Yeah.
For a while, we did, like once or twice a month in local restaurants, we did a meet and greet, for lack of a better term.
Yep.
And you had different groups of people showing up to different ones, and it was really, and COVID derailed that, but we've talked about reinstating that again. Just
Okay.
to get out, have a bite to eat, get some appetizers, talk to your neighbors. That's
Yeah.
it, with no end game other than just to get together.
Just a social setting.
Just a social setting, yeah.
How did you get involved, Eileen? What brought you to the association?
He did.
He did. It's all your fault, Walter.
Well, actually, I actually remember this. My husband and I were weeding the front garden, and Walter pulled up. He's like, "Hey, Kathy and I had an idea," and it just sort of went from there.
Okay.
Yep.
All right.
Yep, my husband is the treasurer, so
And you're the secretary?
I am.
And have you enjoyed it?
I have,
Yeah.
yeah. We've had a lot of fun. Having impromptu meetings when you accidentally bump into each other. Hey, I had this idea, and suddenly you're having a board meeting. In the grocery aisle.
Right. Are there regular meetings, though, that the association is? Yeah.
Yeah, as a board, we meet quarterly, and we do meetups for all the events that we do for everyone else.
Okay.
And we'd love to have people get involved. If you like what you see that we're doing and feel like you want to be a part of it and feel like it adds value to our neighborhood, we'd love you to send us an email, reach out whatever way you want to by phone, and let us know, and we will definitely find a job for you.
Okay. All right. Either set up, clean up, planning in the middle. Or...
New ideas are always welcome.
Okay.
Always.
Yeah, I think we've done some really good work and put together some really good ideas, but there's always someone else who can bring it to the next level
Right.
and introduce that thing we had never even thought about. I also wanted to mention we have
Yep.
the Junior ROTC as well helping out with this event. They're helping with setup and cleanup, and so we put everyone to work. Right?
They are everywhere,
Yeah.
that ROTC program. Yeah, they are great.
Yeah, great kids.
Yes.
Great kids. They helped out at Porch Fest as well.
Oh, super.
Yeah,
Okay.
Always put them to work.
A couple of pictures we want to show folks. First, just folks enjoying a picnic in the park, essentially, and you'll tell me what we're looking at here. But I'm guessing this is probably from one of the Saturdays in the park events, and ask Michael to bring that up and show folks enjoying the park and the landscaping.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Saturdays in the park.
Yep. So that's a picture from one of the, I think it was last year, Saturday in the Park.
Okay.
What you'll notice is we've got all those park picnic tables. They're very light and portable.
Okay.
And we tend to move them around wherever the shade goes. So what you see is everyone sitting in the shade
Yes.
there. And then we sometimes have the bands perform over near the large retaining wall, depending upon the weather, or we might have them up on that plateau,
Yep.
which is off to the left in that photo.
Okay. All right.
But yeah, the tables are available for use during our events, and yeah, they've been a great asset.
Do folks use the park just on any given day, Walter? Do you see folks enjoying the park?
Absolutely.
Really?
Yeah, I see people sitting on a lot of on the benches that
Yeah.
are there that were donated by George Burke and the Meade family and my family as well, and the Coughlin family. People sit there and just hang out and
Yeah.
relax, read a book. I see a lot of that. I see a lot of families down there just playing catch or whatever, or frisbee.
Or something, yeah.
And I've even seen families down there doing whether it's graduation photos or wedding photos
Oh,
and
sure.
so forth. It's a beautiful park now, and for years, as you mentioned earlier, it was really underutilized. And that community preservation project really shows how valuable that CPA funding can be in both preserving land as well as enhancing
Yep.
the use of land.
Well, I have about a minute left, but the cornhole tournament.
Yeah,
Yes.
we're bringing it back. This is our third year doing the cornhole tournament. The first year, Marymount beat everybody, hands down. They cleaned our clocks.
Yeah.
And then the next year, a team came in from Howes Neck and were just unbeatable. I do hear that that team may not be reassembling, so there is an opportunity for another neighborhood to step up.
Aha.
Not saying anything, Squantum, but maybe you could bring a team together. I'm calling them out.
Okay.
It'd be great to get folks from Penns Hill and other parts of the city. We've had groups from all over the city.
Nice.
Montclair competed last year. All you need is 4 players and an interest in having a good time.
Okay.
And there are trophies involved, as well as bragging rights and a little friendly rivalry.
Yes. Sign up for that, right, at the
Yep,
website?
just email info@wollastonhill.com, go to the website, and we'll get your team registered. It's a double elimination bracket system, and we have a great time.
Sounds like fun. All right. Anything else we'd let folks know about right now?
I think I covered
I
it.
think we covered everything. Just we're looking forward to seeing everybody.
Yeah. Come out and have fun, right?
Come out and have fun.
All right. Thanks to both of you. Appreciate it. Good to
Great.
talk to you.
Thank you.
Thank
You
you.
are welcome. Just enough time to check the forecast for you for the rest of the day today. The heat is on. There is a heat advisory in effect, actually. Temperatures, the low 90s, the heat index with the humidity, well, hotter than that for sure. Maybe a pop-up storm later this afternoon or this evening. Lows drop off to the lower 70s. Triple H weather continues over the weekend. Hazy, hot, humid conditions both tomorrow and Sunday with a chance for pop-up storms. Looks like Monday is the better chance for some storms. That should break the back of the heat wave by Tuesday. But until then, we're going to stay hot. Thanks again going out to Walter Hibley and Eileen Enos for joining us from the Wollaston Hill Neighborhood Association. Thank you to our crew. Thank you for watching. Monday here in the program, folks from South Shore Elder Services will be joining us. Till then, check out our website anytime, qatv.org. It's got our latest programs there. There's news and information, video on demand, live streaming, and a whole lot more. For all of us here at QATV, I'm Joe Catalano. Have a great weekend.